second aim of the principle, the second principle of curriculum is a child-centric. Child-centric means what is the need of the child, actual need of the child, interest of the child, and what is the capacity, whether the child is able to do this. That much only should be given to the child. So this thing should be kept in mind. That is the principle of the curriculum while constructing the curriculum. And next is the principle of civic and social needs. What is the principle of civic and social needs? Right? That is, man is social animal. Means we are not alone. We are with others. So we are living in the society. And this child, how he is developing? He is developing in the society only. So means we should development of the child as well as the development of the society. So curriculum should aim at development of the child and also development of the society, because we are living in the society. Right? We are not living alone. So, because we are something getting from the society, we should develop the society also. Because if we develop the society, means we are developing ourselves. So, individuality of the child. Means individually, as an individual, we should develop, and not only that, development of the society also. So this is the third aim of the curriculum, third principle of the curriculum. Now we'll go to the fourth principle, principle of conservation. Right? What is the principle of conservation? It is nothing but whatever is the past, right? Past tradition is transferred, okay, to the new generation. Okay, whatever is the past tradition, the tradition has to be transferred. Who is doing this? School is doing this. So our past tradition is enriched. It is full of rich things that we should learn. So that is transferred from generation to generation. So this, who is doing this? It's an educational institution who is doing this, a very important job, right? Next is the principle of, this is known as conservation. Next is the principle of creativeness, right? So education is not only education not only conserve the not only conserving the past tradition or a past experience of humanity, but also helps an individual to develop his innate potentials, right? It's not only we are passing on the tradition, okay, that is a past tradition is passed down, right, to new generation. It's not only the passing on the tradition to the new generation, but also development of the innate potential of the individual. Here I can add one more thing. It is also new, okay, new creativity. New things also emerge. It's not only the past tradition, it is also new things that emerge in means it's add-on. I can say it is an add-on. Okay, and also divergent. Sometimes it is divergent also. Divergent thinking. Okay, certain things. For example, if you see the sati and all, it is no more practiced. So we diverge. Means we think something new. So that is also happening in the society, right? It's not only passing on the old tradition. Okay. Next comes the sixth one. Sixth one is principle of forward looking. What it is? So the aim of life-centered education is not limited to present life situation in the family and society. Hence, the education must prepare the child of shouldering future responsibilities. What is today? Okay, from we are not only talking about today. Okay, so we are not talking about today only, but tomorrow, what the new change has occurred as the tomorrow, that is the future. So future may change. What is today, present in today, tomorrow it is no more. Right? There is a change. Always there is a change in the society. So we have to train the child in order to overcome the future. Means something is needed in the future. So we have to think in advance what we need in the future. Accordingly, the child can modify himself according to the future needs. So hence education must prepare the child of shouldering future responsibilities. Today the child is taken care of his parents and tomorrow he will be the parent. So his future need is different, we can say. So in framing the curriculum, we should take into consideration the future need of the child. Okay, because this is need of the society as well. Next comes the seventh one. Is nothing but principle of preparation for living. Okay, this is mainly important. I can call it as an important principle. The child should know the various activities of the environment around them and how these activities are enabling people to meet their basic needs. Okay, we are doing our work. Why we are doing our work? Because we need shelter, we need clothing, we need recreation, health, education. So many needs we are having. Not we have to satisfy our needs. For that, what we need, we should be prepared of that. So for that curriculum trains vidya dadati vinayam vinayadhyati patratam patratvat dhanadnopi dhanadharmam tatashukam. So with vidya, the knowledge gains you the living, right? This sloka says that living, how we are getting the living, it is through the vidya, right? Next comes the principle of integration and correlation. Okay, what is this principle of integration and correlation? That is, the subject should be arranged logically and psychologically. Okay, according to the how it is should be logical and psychological, because how the child develops accordingly, the curriculum should be given to the child so that it coincides with his development. Okay, it is nothing away from his development, so it helps the child to develop in a natural way. That is why it should be correlated with the child's psychological development also. And also we are talking about the principle of learning ability. Okay, you cannot give something beyond the ability of the child. So it should be within the ability of the child, so that whatever we are giving, it is achieved. Then principle of individual difference. All are not same, right? We are individually different from each other. Okay, so we cannot say that this age child will behave like this only. So we should give the child to develop himself individually, right? Because every individual is different. So the curriculum should be framed in such a way that every individual can have the opportunity for self expression and self development. Curriculum should be based on the psychology of individual difference, which can means it should be very much in coincide with the psychology of individual difference. Next is the principle of social relevancy and utility. Yes, we are not living alone in the alone. So we are living in the society. So subjects should be determined on the basis of their disciplinary value, but not only on the disciplinary value, but also on the intrinsic value, right? Social relevance, how it is related to individual as an individual, and also how it is relevant to the society, and how it is useful to the society, and also useful for the individual also. So these are the things should be considered while in the principles of the curriculum. Next is the principle of utilization of leisure. This is very important. Okay, why it is very important? When you don't have to do anything, no, so you are means no activity is there, means that is the place where all the bad things enters into our life. So when you are free, so how to use the free time, that is how to use the leisure time more effectively. Otherwise, no, that is the time actually the child is spoiled. So leisure time has to be spent very important, right? It should be spent in a proper manner. That should ensure the individual development. Leisure time, right? So variety of subjects such as games, sports, fine arts, empty minded, you know that empty mind is the place of all the demon comes into picture, right? So we have to avoid that. So variety of subjects such as games and sports, fine arts, subjects of aesthetic value. It's so beautiful, no? Aesthetic, that is very important in our life. How to appreciate the things around us. So these are the things should be included in the curriculum, how people can spend their leisure time. Then principle of variety and flexibility. Okay, today if you think about NPE 2020, and beautifully they talk about it's not, for example, you are studying BSc, B.Ed mathematics. Mathematics is your major, so it's not only mathematics you should learn. You should learn so many other things. That is. Kala is there are 24 kalas. Kadambari talks about the 24 kalas one person should learn, right? And further there are so many scripts which talks about 64 kalas and all, right? That means so many things, variety things in this life, everything has to be learned, right? And so today, it's, for example, the university, whatever the university courses, your department, first you talk about department, what you will learn in the department. It's not only that. Today we talk about the credit based system, okay, transfer of credits and all. So from other departments also, from the same university, the department also you can learn. And today we talk about from the other university also we can learn, so that your credit increases. So we talk about the variety and flexibility of the curriculum. Then is the principle of time. Time is very important factor, no? We cannot keep doing that. That is, principle of time plays very important role. What is the time available? So in that availability, we have to complete it, right? So time plays very important role, right? So principle of variety and flexibility, that is a relative significance and importance of subject in the curriculum has to be judged and